You know, that skin is hard to eat raw. You know, our beliefs, I think about a lot of people's beliefs and my own beliefs because they can lead to very, very bad places when we think about our beliefs like they are the truth. Like we cannot separate our beliefs from actual knowledge, knowing. And in this reality, to really know something, it's pretty freaking hard because things are kinda complex out here. There's a lot of factors. That's why some of the very book smart, intelligent people who are always in their heads thinking about things, but they're never really feeling things. Those people who got that nerd aura. Nothing wrong with it, but like I see so many of those types of people, they have studied this and that for 100 years. I know everything about this. And they got all this freaking confidence. All this knowledge, or is it a cool story, bro? That's just your belief. Because I've seen so many of cases when even very intelligent, like actually intelligent people, and they actually can make their own intelligence sound good to other people, so other people start to view you as a very intelligent human being. So you start to influence other people with your knowledge or beliefs. But I've seen these when a bunch of people start to go the wrong direction because somebody's beliefs, or maybe they're manipulating your ass. That's also always the underlying thing I'm paying attention to when I see people. Except what I was saying, especially very charismatic and intelligent sounding people who have a lot of knowledge or this and that. I'm always like, is this your belief? Is this cool story, bro? Or do you actually got some thing that brings us all closer to the truth here? Do you got that going? Are you trying to manipulate people to a certain decisions or certain way? Are you trying to scam people or some other thing is behind this? Like in this today's world, you really have to be like that with everybody. And I'm not like that. That's myself and yourself included. You have to think about that with yourself too. Like, is this a belief? How can I prove myself wrong over here? Like you have to ask that question a lot if you want to find the truth. Am I falling into some bullshit ass beliefs over here? Or am I actually onto something? What's really going on? And you have to be honest with yourself. This is where so many people go wrong for, again, many different reasons why. So people got that ego. For example, in the athletics, I was big on this one athletic sport called tricking. still coach it a lot. But there's always this, when you coach a young athlete, and then one time when all the stars are aligned, the moon is full, the energy is very good, and then you give that one tip, and everything worked. After that, these young athletes can kind of start to think like, this was the answer to everything. This was the truth. It's gonna work like this every single time from now. And then the cycles continue. You don't feel as good the next time your testosterone ain't how it was back then, because it's always fluctuating. The energy in the room, your own energy is not the same, the stars are different. Like there's so much complexity going on, and everything is everything up in this bit. And then they're like, but it was like that. And the worst is when something like that happens, that something really worked one time, and people start to think like, this is the answer. It's the same with the diets. Like exactly the same. And then you start to go with your message to other people. And God forbid, you might be some charismatic dude, some good looking charismatic dude, and a lot of people start following you. And you might have not considered all the possibilities, all the complexes. You might have sucked yourself into one bullshit ass belief. And then you start to influence other people. And then these other people start to get into this belief. And soon we have a cult and everybody's dead. Soon one guy raped 100 women, killed the man, whatever the fuck. And all the other people in the world are like, those guys were completely retarded. But it is hard to go into yourself and admit to yourself that you're wrong. It's hard, I know. And then we make our identities. We start to become our beliefs. That's our identity. I'm this, I'm that. That's who I am. And if you start to identify with something you're really not, that's not part of your nature, that goes against your nature, sheesh, it's gonna be a bad time when where that thing breaks. Kinda like, what is the saying, emperor has no clothes. The king has no clothes. It's just a human being under that stupid ass crown. And when you start to think about all these beliefs really are things that you cannot prove. You cannot know. Let's go, we got that raw kefir. That's perfect. Raw kefir. Ooh, perfect raw kefir. Shut up. Shut up. Here's a really little raw kefir story in between. When you start to ferment raw milk, the raw milk perfect how it comes out of the cow, but then it starts to ferment, and usually after like when it first starts to sour a bit, that's not the best kind of fermented milk, at least for me right now. When it's like a little sour, I really like to let it sour a few more days, then it's perfect. This is 1 week or maybe 6 or 5 days fermented. That's when you start to get those clumps in there. That's when it's perfect for me, and I love it. So yeah, when you start to think about how much pain and suffering has been done in this reality, we poor bastards, or we blessed bastards, blessed geniuses, if you follow base sciences, and you start to acquire the base knowledge, you're gonna be blessed. Even if nature gave you a harsh hand, nature didn't give you much to work with, but if you start to respect and go according to the nature's rules, at least the best way you can, you're gonna have a chance. And if you continue your bloodline, which brings a whole lot of different kind of meaning in your own life, one of the best, most meaningful, happiest things you can do, maybe, and that's a big maybe these days, but you could provide a lot better hand for your own offspring. That's the cool thing. Nature really likes those guys who go together with him or her or whatever. But yeah, there's so many beliefs when you really start to think about it. Like, how can I actually prove this? 100% certainty. Like, can I prove that you cannot get salmon Nutella from raw chicken? Of course not. Like, what would be really cool if we start to blow up a little bit and we got those people that start to follow best science. What would be really cool continuing our experiment would be that other people who start to eat raw chicken every day, they would post it either on their own pages or send it to me, and I edit that shit together, and we would have more people on that raw chicken. That would really start to make this experiment even more legit. So keep in mind, if you're watching this, if you want to take part of that, let me know. But we would at least have to have like 5 or 10 people. And you're gonna have to have balls of steel, and they have to be scraping the floor, because you're gonna have to have some real big balls to do this kind of science. One thing about my skin, because it's been really good again, suddenly, maybe it's the raw butter, because I have not been eating raw butter for like a whole week. So maybe the butter was fucking my skin up. That French butter. Because I have been drinking my Finnish, from the Finnish traditional Finnish cows from my hometown. This milk would never harm me. Actually, it could. Right now the cows are inside the whole winter, so they are feeding them hay. But these farmers I got, they're very best. But they might put some shit on the hay. But on the summer they are very grass fed. Very beautiful cows. A2 milk. Traditional Finnish cows. Or the breeds. Pretty much the best source you could get here in Finland. The best quality milk. But maybe it's the Frenchy milk. That was fucking my skin. We're gonna see tomorrow. Now I'm gonna eat a little bit because I still got some left. And I was kinda feeling some butter today. Because I was feeling butter smooth. Actually it's the coldest day of the winter this far, minus 20 Celsius. My face is still kinda heated because I just got out from the outside. It was snowing like crazy here. Now I'm just starting to yap about the weather. That means wrap it up. Beliefs, knowledge, don't confuse them. Or beliefs or truth, never confuse them. Admit when you're wrong. Admit when you're ignorant, when you don't know shit. But also, don't be afraid to make assumptions sometimes. Because that's what you're gonna have to do to find the knowledge. But don't be afraid to admit you were wrong. It happens to the best of the geniuses, but never the best science, of course. We're never gonna get their salmon tail. Hell no. But yeah, don't be afraid to look for the answers. Make questions. Sometimes I start to make assumptions as well. Because sometimes there's just too damn much evidence, and even then you might be wrong. Even then it might be, who knows? But sometimes you gotta do it. Or you don't have to, but it's just the intelligent thing to do. But even then, your intelligence might not be up to par. But even if your intelligence tells that, and your freaking heart, your intuition, your gut feeling tells that, my gut feeling being super good, because I got all that salmon Nutella, all that raw chicken, all that raw kefir in there. It makes that gut microbiome work so harmoniously that my gut feeling, my intuition, it's never been this sharp. This beef quite cute. Ah, namaste, motherfuckers. Have a good one. See you in the next one.